Welcome to It's English Podcast, where English feels easy, calm, and natural.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to It's English Podcast, the place where we learn English together every single week. I am your host, Brian, and I am so happy you are here today. Whether you are on the bus, at home, cooking dinner, or maybe even running, welcome. We are so glad you pressed play.
And hello from me too. I am Mary. And Brian, I have to say, you sound extra energetic today. Did you have too much coffee this morning?
Maybe just a little, but honestly, I am excited because today's topic is something I feel very deeply about. It is something I think about almost every day, and I know our listeners are going to feel the same way.
You are making me curious. Before we get into it, how are you really doing today, Brian? Any small news from your week?
Actually, yes. I started a small home project this week. I decided to repaint one room in my apartment. Just one wall. Simple, right? One wall.
One wall. Sounds easy. Let me guess. It was not easy.
Not easy at all. I had to move all the furniture, then I had to clean the wall, then I had to put the special paint primer on first. 2 hours later, I had not even started the actual painting, and I thought to myself, you know what? I am tired. Maybe I will finish tomorrow. Sound familiar?
Oh, very familiar. I think every person listening right now has had that exact feeling, that voice inside your head that says, "Stop now, rest, you can always do it tomorrow."
Exactly, and that is exactly what today's episode is all about. We're talking about persistence, about motivation, about what happens in that very difficult moment when you want to quit, but you are so close to the finish line. Our topic today comes from a quote I read on a sign near my gym. It said, "Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done."
That is a powerful sentence. 5 simple words that carry so much meaning. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. I love it, and I think it applies to everything in life. Work, exercise, relationships, and of course, learning English.
Absolutely. And if you are still listening right now, you are already practicing this idea. You chose to learn English today. You pressed play. You did not stop before you started. So give yourself a little credit. And before we jump in, please do us a big favor. If this podcast helps you, share it with one friend, one person who is learning English or who needs a little motivation today. It means the world to us.
Yes, please share it. And also subscribe to It's English Podcast so you never miss an episode. Okay, Brian, let's get into today's big conversation.
Tip number 1. Understand the difference between being tired and done.
So let's start with the most important idea. And this is something I think a lot of people confuse, the difference between being tired and being done.
These are two very different things, but in the moment, they can feel exactly the same.
That is such a good point. When we are tired, our brain sends us a message, and the message says, "Stop, rest, you have done enough." But that message doesn't always tell the truth. Sometimes tired just means you're in the middle of something hard, and hard is not the same as impossible.
I love this metaphor. Imagine you are climbing a mountain. Halfway up, your legs are burning, your lungs hurt, you're sweating, and you think, I cannot do this, but you're only halfway. The view at the top is still waiting for you. Tired means you're climbing. Done means you have reached the top.
I think English learners feel this all the time. You study grammar and you understand it. Then you try to speak and the words don't come out right. You feel tired and embarrassed and frustrated. And your brain says, maybe English is not for me. But that feeling, that's not the truth. That's just the middle of the mountain.
Yes, I remember when I was learning how to drive. I was maybe 16 years old, and my instructor kept telling me, check your mirrors, watch your speed, signal before you turn. There were so many things to remember at the same time. I got in the car one day and I thought, I can never do this. I want to go home. I am too tired of trying. But I was not done. I just needed to keep practicing, and 3 weeks later, I passed my driving test.
So, tip number 1 is this. When you feel tired, ask yourself one simple question. Am I tired or am I done? If your goal is not finished, you are not done. You're just tired, and tired is temporary. It will pass.
Okay, tip number 2 is one of my absolute favorites. I call it the 5 more rule. And it is so simple but so powerful. Whenever you feel like quitting, you say to yourself, just 5 more.
5 more what exactly?
5 more of whatever you are doing. If you are running and you want to stop, 5 more minutes. If you are studying vocabulary and you want to close the book, 5 more words.
If you are watching an English podcast and your brain is getting tired, 5 more minutes, just a little bit more. The idea is that our brain is afraid of big numbers. If you say, I have to study for 2 more hours, your brain says no.
But if you say, just 5 more minutes, your brain says, okay, I can do that.
I use a version of this myself. When I'm writing something long, a report or an article, and I start to feel my energy go down, I do not say, I need to finish everything. I say, just write one more paragraph. One paragraph. And usually, when I finish that one paragraph, I feel a little more energy and I write another one, and then another.
It's like starting a fire. Getting the flame to start is the hardest part, but once it's going, it keeps burning. That's what the 5 more rule does. It keeps the flame alive until you find your second wind.
For our English learners listening right now, try this today. Tonight, after dinner, instead of watching TV right away, open your English app or notebook. Tell yourself just 5 minutes, just 5 new words. You'll be surprised how 5 minutes can turn into 20.
Now, tip number 3 is a little deeper, a little more emotional. This one is about remembering why you started. In English, we call this your why, your reason, your purpose. And when things get hard, when you feel tired or frustrated, your why is the thing that keeps you moving.
I think this is so important. When people start learning English, they have a very clear reason. Maybe they want to get a better job. Maybe they want to travel to another country. Maybe they want to communicate with family members. Maybe they want to watch their favorite TV show without subtitles. That reason is strong and bright at the beginning.
But after weeks or months of studying, the reason can feel far away. You're in the middle of grammar exercises, and the dream of speaking fluently feels very distant. The fire gets smaller. That's when you need to remember your why.
I have a beautiful story about this. My cousin, I'll call him Marco, he decided to learn English 3 years ago. His goal was to pass an English exam and move to Canada for work. He studied every day for 6 months, and then he got tired. He started missing study sessions. He thought, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this dream is too big for me.
What happened? Did he quit?
He almost did, but then his mother showed him a video. It was a video from a town in Canada, a beautiful lake, green trees, a small house with a garden, and she said, "This could be your life. This is what you're studying for." Marco watched that video and he started crying. He picked up his book and studied for 3 hours that same night.
Wow, that's incredible. A video of a lake gave him more energy than any technique because it reconnected him to his why.
So our tip for you is this: write down your why. Just one sentence. Stick it on your wall, on your bathroom mirror, on your phone screen. When you feel like quitting, read it. Let it remind you that the tiredness is temporary, but your goal is real and worth it.
And by the way, we'd love to hear your why. Write it in the comments. Tell us, why are you learning English? We read every single comment, and it truly inspires us to keep making this podcast. Okay, tip number 4 is my personal favorite because it involves celebration. And who doesn't love a good celebration? The idea is simple. Celebrate your small wins. Not just the big victories, the little ones too.
Brian, I think some people might say, but what is a small win?
Is it worth celebrating if I only learned 5 new words today?
Absolutely, it's worth celebrating. Think about it this way. 5 words today, 5 words tomorrow, 5 words every day for 1 year. That's 1,825 words. That's a big vocabulary. But it starts with 5 words today. So yes, celebrate it.
There's actually science behind this. When we celebrate a small win, even if it's just saying to yourself, I did it today, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine, and dopamine makes us feel good. It makes us want to do the same thing again tomorrow. So celebrating small wins is not vanity, it's strategy.
I have a story about this. Last year, I was trying to build a habit of exercising every morning. The first week was terrible. I woke up at 6 a.m., did 10 push-ups, and collapsed back on the bed. 10 push-ups, that was my whole workout. But every morning I did those 10 push-ups, I put a big green check mark in my calendar. Just looking at that green check gave me a little wave of happiness. And slowly, 10 became 15, then 20, then 30. Now I exercise for an hour every morning.
The green check mark. I love that. It's such a simple thing, but it works. For English learners, you can do the same. Make a little calendar. Every day you study English, put a mark. Watch your streak grow. 7 days in a row, 14 days, 21 days. Each mark is a small win, and small wins build big momentum.
And the important thing is this: you don't need to wait until you're fluent to feel proud of yourself. Be proud today. You're learning, you're growing. That's worth celebrating right now.
And now for our 5th and final tip. And this one is so important for balance and well-being. Tip number 5, rest is not the same as quitting. I want to say this clearly because some people feel guilty when they take a break. They think, if I stop, even for 1 day, I'm a failure. But that's simply not true.
This is the healthy side of the quote. Don't stop when you're tired doesn't mean never sleep, never rest, push yourself until you break. That is not what it means. It means don't permanently stop just because you feel tired in this moment. Take a break, but come back.
I think about it like a long road trip. You are driving across the country. It is a long journey. You stop at a petrol station to fill up the tank and maybe get a coffee, but you do not park the car there forever. You rest for 20 minutes and then you continue. The petrol station is not your destination. It is just a place to refuel.
I love that metaphor. And you know, I used to feel very guilty when I took a rest day from exercise. I thought, every day I don't exercise, I am falling behind. But then I learned that rest is actually part of the process. Your muscles grow and repair during rest. Your brain consolidates what you learned during sleep. Rest is not wasted time. It is productive time.
For our English learners, it is perfectly okay to take 1 day off from studying. Your brain needs time to process and remember the new language. Sleep is actually one of the best things you can do for language learning. The rule is simple. Rest when you need to, but always come back. Have a plan to return. Maybe you say, I will rest Sunday, but Monday I start again.
So, to recap our 5 tips quickly, number 1, know the difference between tired and done. Number 2, use the 5 more rule to push a little further. Number 3, remember your why and keep it visible. Number 4, celebrate small wins every single day. Number 5, rest is allowed, but quitting is not the plan. How does that feel, Mary?
It feels complete, and it feels true. I think everyone listening right now has heard something in those 5 tips that they needed today. Now let's move into one of my favorite parts of the episode, our vocabulary section.
Yes, vocabulary time. This is so important. We're going to learn 10 key words from today's conversation. These are words that will help you talk about motivation, persistence, and goals in English. Ready, Mary?
Ready. Let us go through them one by one.
Our first word is persistence. Persistence means continuing to do something even when it is difficult. You do not stop even when things are hard.
For example, her persistence helped her pass the English exam after failing 3 times. Persistence is like a superpower. Anyone can have it, but you have to choose it.
Our second word is motivation. Motivation is the reason or feeling that makes you want to do something. It's the energy behind your actions.
For example, I lost my motivation to exercise after the holidays, but this podcast brought it back. Motivation can go up and down. The key is to find it again when it disappears.
Our third word is momentum. Momentum means the energy that keeps something moving forward, like a rolling ball. Once it starts, it gets faster and stronger.
For example, once I started writing every day, I built momentum and couldn't stop. Momentum is what happens when small wins add up.
Our fourth word is exhausted. Exhausted means very, very tired, not just a little sleepy, completely out of energy.
For example, after painting the wall all day, I was completely exhausted. If tired is level 5, exhausted is level 10.
Our fifth word is discipline. Discipline means doing something regularly and consistently, even when you don't feel like it. It's doing what you need to do, not just what you want to do.
For example, it takes a lot of discipline to study English every day. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going.
Our sixth word is consistent. Consistent means doing something the same way, regularly, over time. Not one big effort and then nothing, but steady, regular effort.
For example, she's consistent with her English practice. She studies for 30 minutes every morning. Consistent is one of the most powerful words in language learning.
Our seventh word is resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover after something difficult. You fall down, but you get back up. You fail, but you try again.
For example, learning a new language requires great resilience. Think of resilience like a rubber ball. You throw it hard at the ground and it bounces back.
Our eighth word is frustration. Frustration is the feeling you have when something is difficult and you can't solve it. You try and try, but it doesn't work.
For example, I felt a lot of frustration when I couldn't remember the difference between present perfect and simple past. Frustration is normal. It means you care. It means you're trying.
Our ninth word is commitment. Commitment means a strong promise to yourself or to others that you will do something and finish it. It's deeper than motivation.
For example, his commitment to learning English never wavered, even when it was hard. Motivation is a feeling. Commitment is a decision.
And our final word, number 10, is milestone. A milestone is a big, important step in a journey. It marks how far you have come.
For example, having my first conversation in English was a huge milestone for me. Milestones are the checkpoints on the road to your goal. Celebrate every single one.
10 wonderful words. Let me say them one more time so you can hear them clearly. Persistence, motivation, momentum, exhausted, discipline, consistent, resilience, frustration, commitment, and milestone. Try to use one of these words today in a sentence. Write it down, say it out loud, use it with a friend.
And if you use one of these words in the comments, we will give you a big virtual high five. Okay, let's move on to our closing section. Well, we are almost at the end of today's episode, and I have to say, I feel really good about this conversation. Mary, what is your one big takeaway from today?
My biggest takeaway is this. The tired feeling is not an ending. It is a sign that you are in the middle of something important, something worth finishing. And the moment you feel most like giving up is often the moment you are closest to a breakthrough. Don't stop at kilometer 4. The finish line is closer than you think.
Beautifully said. And for me, today reminded me that every goal, no matter how big or small, deserves our full commitment. Whether it's painting a wall, finishing a 5K run, fixing a bookshelf, or learning a whole new language, you started for a reason, and that reason is still there waiting for you. Don't let tiredness steal your victory.
To everyone listening right now, we see you. We know that learning a language is not easy. There are days when the grammar makes no sense. There are days when you speak and make mistakes and feel embarrassed. There are days when you think about quitting. On those days, please come back to this episode. Let it remind you that tired is not done.
And now we have our listener question for today. This is the question we want you to answer in the comments below. Are you ready?
Here it is. Think of one goal you have right now. It could be related to English, to your career, to your health, to anything. And tell us, are you tired right now or are you done? And if you are tired, what is one small step you can take today to keep going? We want to hear your story. Your answer might inspire someone else who is listening.
Yes, leave your answer in the comments. Tell us your goal and tell us, I am tired, but I am not done. Or even better, tell us, I finished. I did it. We love reading stories of people who pushed through. They give us so much energy to keep making this podcast.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with someone you care about. A friend who is studying English, a family member who needs a little motivation, or even a colleague going through a tough project. Sometimes a few words from a podcast can change someone's whole day.
Don't forget to subscribe to It's English Podcast. Leave us a review if you're enjoying the show. It truly means the world to us and helps more people find our community. And remember, you can listen to every episode again and again. Every time you listen, you learn something new. That's the beauty of podcasts.
Until next time, remember, you are not behind. You are not too slow. You are not too old to learn. You are exactly where you need to be on your journey. Just keep going.
Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. See you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep learning. Keep growing. We are cheering for you.